The University of South Florida recently announced that it will kick off a research initiative to better understand and address racism in local, national, and international communities. The university created a task force, which includes members of faculty and staff from several USF campuses. And I spoke with Dr. Elizabeth Hordge-Freeman, who had a hand in getting the task force started.
The reason why I've been part of these conversations is because I've been convening a steering committee that is comprised of 30 faculty and staff, Black faculty and staff from the St. Petersburg campus, Manatee, Sarasota-Manatee campus, and the Tampa campus. And we've been working towards creating a report that really outlines what we call the interlocking priorities that USF needs to focus on in order to move us towards being a more racially equitable and anti-racist community. The task force that was charged with putting together this proposal consists of an interdisciplinary group of researchers in the area of the humanities, social sciences, and the natural sciences. All of us came together in order to create an inclusive call for proposals that centers anti-Black racism. That's very intentional. The focus of this proposal is very much in line with and responsive to what's happening around the country.
People throughout the United States continue to join forces with Black Lives Matter protesters, and the group's most pressing demands to put a stop to unjust killings of Black American men and women by the hands of police. Now, on the campus of USF, students are also fighting for change. Sine Martin attends USF in St. Petersburg. She was born in Jamaica and moved to the United States when she was 8 years old. Her overall experience at USF has been good, but there are just some things she says are tough to overlook.
There's a lot of good that comes with going to USF, but then there's also the side of being Black at USF, and that's also a different experience. My major thing that I've noticed at USF is that you get excited when you see like your first Black this or your first Black that, you know? Like I remember being so excited the first time I had a Black lab partner. And I mean, this is a university with 45,000 students, or throughout my entire academic career, you know, I was having this conversation with my friends and we've taken 120 plus credits and most of us have only had 2 or 3 Black professors. And I have an Africana Studies minor. So it's like things like that that's very, you know, appalling to me. And also with, you know, online, I feel like sometimes the Black students' voices are muted. It's almost like the administration doesn't necessarily want to hear the Black experience coming from the mouth of Black students.
The administration is very much aware of the concerns that Black students in particular have. The Black Student Union issued its own letter, its own call, its own list of demands about what USF can do to better support Black students. And so I think that that was part of the impetus for how the university came to recognizing the importance of this.
What have you done on a personal level to make the faculty and staff hear your story about the Black experience?
And the way that I think I go about letting faculty and staff know about my Black experience is by being involved in, you know, different groups on campus. I'm very involved with our on-campus group that's globally focused. And during that, you know, there's different seminars, there's different places for me to like make my voice be heard and kind of brainstorm and hear from other students, you know, create that conversation for change so that we can go on campus and actively change how things are. The African American experience isn't the only one here. And there's a lot of people that are Black that aren't from America that live here as well. And their experiences are valid too. And we have to take those in account with fixing systemic racism.
Now, when Stene learned about USF's new research initiative to address the history of systemic racism, she was beyond excited.
I was super elated. And especially being a student with a minor in Africana Studies, it was so empowering for me because I know I'm graduating soon, but the students that are to come, they'll have the opportunity to be a part of that research, which will spearhead so much in, you know, increasing Black admission, increasing, you know, how many Black professors are at USF, and just fostering the relationship with the community.